What's up guys, welcome back to today's video. Now before we move on, let me quickly address the elephant in the room here. So I couldn't upload many of the video ideas that I was thinking, mainly because of the fact that there has been some work happening and also some renovation. So I couldn't upload and get a lot of my ideas out to YouTube. So sorry about that. But with that away, most of you will have clicked on this video because you want to get your music out to the world published. Now, most of you also might think it is kind of hard because you have to pay a lot of these distributor services quite a lot of money to get your music out. Now, what if I tell you that you do not have to pay anything? That you could upload your music completely for free out to Spotify and even other platforms like Apple Music and TikTok and many other platforms for completely free. Well, what if I tell you it's really possible? Because unlike most distribution platforms that takes money up front to be able to upload music, there are some platforms that instead gives you all of the features except some minor features like being able to have more than 5 artist accounts, depends on the platform, but gives you all of the other features like being able to upload unlimited amount of music completely for free. But the only caveat is the fact that they will take a percentage of your income from Spotify and other platforms. But if you're just starting out and you just want to get your music out onto Spotify and Apple Music, this is a perfect choice to be able to just get your music going. And if any point you decide that you want the 100% of your royalties, you can just pay for the small fee subscription for a month or an annual plan to be able to get 100% of your royalties and incomes. So if you're ready to get your music up and running, let's get started. So to do this, we first need a label team or a distributor because we can't directly go to Spotify themselves. Instead, we need a label team or a distributor. So for this exact purpose, one of the best ones for that I would consider using is FreshTunes, which by far has been the best one. So you just gotta search up FreshTunes. Now, if this is your first time, you can just click on sign up. But since I've already done this and I have an account, I can just click on sign in and sign into my account. Now here, this is the user interface of FreshTunes. Pretty easy to use, quite user friendly. Now, I have already uploaded some music here, look at this. But now, considering that this is your first release, you're gonna click on new release right here. Now, before we move on, I just want to get one thing out of the way. Please do not re-upload any existing songs and just make sure that you're uploading your own songs and original songs, not someone else's work. And if you're uploading like a cover, please just make sure that you have the original artist name. Or else, if you do one of these mistakes, you will get an error and you won't be able to upload. By the way, everything that I'm showing you right now is not going to be uploaded to Spotify. This is purely for demonstrational purposes only. So with that out of the way, let's continue. Now here, it will ask you for the release details. So I am just going to enter and then here, that's the name. So we're gonna put the title language. Now you have to click on the genre. So if your song is a pop song, you can just pick whatever from here, and then it's gonna ask you, is it previously released or not? If it is, you have to put the original release date. If not, you can just click on no. In the copyright, if this is your own song, you can just put your artist name. I'll get to the artist name, but just put whatever your artist name is here. Then it's gonna ask you for the UPC. Now, if you do have one, just put it, but if you don't, it's no problem because it's not required. Now, this is one of the most important ones. It's the artwork. Now, the thing is that this is very tricky because the file has to be less than 10 megabytes, and also it has to be one of these formats. And also, specifically, this has to be in an exact format. And also, one of the bigger things is that you can't have social media logos or handles, no brand logos, not any text except for the artist name and the name of the release. So it cannot be blurred either. It has to be a square, not blurred or pixelated. So you have to consider that. Now, after you upload this, you can go to the track list. Here, this is where you upload your music. Now, what you gotta make sure is that it's either wave or FLAC. Now, mostly I use wave, but you can do whatever you want. So I'm just gonna click on here. I'm gonna upload the audio file. Okay, so this is not actually my own creation, just to show you. I'm just uploading it. Anyway, gotta wait for this to upload fully. It can take more time depending on the file. Okay. Okay, now it's uploaded. So as soon as it's uploaded, you're gonna click on this drop down menu. Here, it's gonna ask you some information. And it's gonna ask you for the track title. Now, one thing to make sure is that your name and track title should be exactly the same. Okay, so you can just copy it from there. And then it's gonna ask you for the ISRC. If you have one, you can enter it, but it's not really required. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's gonna ask you if this is explicit or not. So considering that if it has offensive language or anything like that, you can do this. You can put clean if it's a different version that does not include it, or just completely not at all if it's just basic. Okay, now here it's gonna ask you if there's vocals in the track. If no, you can just leave it like that. If it's yes, then it's gonna ask you for the vocal language. For this, I'm just gonna put language here. Okay, and then now it's gonna ask you for the lyrics. Now, some might think that the lyrics is for the lyrics tab in the Spotify, but no, this is actually just for them to make sure that there's no offensive language, or just go through the lyrics and find if it's copyrighted or not. So you just gotta enter your lyrics there, and then you gotta click on this artist. This is one of the most important ones because this is actually what's gonna show up as an artist on your account. So here you can just add a new one. So I'm just gonna put as you can now put an uploaded picture, but I'm just gonna save it as it is. Okay, now you can save it as primary featured. So featured means if it's not the original one, but like this is not an artist that's the main artist, but just one that is featured on it. Or you can just put primary fits the main artist. Now this is what's going to be the head. But here for the songwriters, this is where you can add the contributors, or like so I'm just going to put here like this, and I can just add a new one if there's no like that. You can just do that. But this artist account, this is what I think you should only put one artist to the artist account, because this is what your main artist is going to be. So whatever, like let's say Life in 3D or like that, that's just going to be, or like Pentatonics like that, it's just going to be your main artist. So I recommend you only add one artist here, and for the contributors you can add songwriters whatsoever like here. And then for the contributors you can add whatever you want, like remix, a producer, actor, or anything like that. You can select the artist. Now, after all that is done, you can just go back and go to the delivery option settings. Now, for the distribution platforms, you can either pick all, or you can go to selected. So I can select Amazon Music, Apple Music and iTunes, Beatport, Boomplay, and Deezer. Instagram, I can also pick that. I can put SoundCloud. I can, of course, put Spotify. That's the main thing. Make sure that's clicked. And also TikTok, if you want that. You can just basically click that. I'm just going to save it as it is. You can click on the all countries. So you can pick it to all countries or just select countries. But I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now, you can put the release date. So you can put an exact date or as soon as possible, which is going to publish it as soon as it passed all the moderation and stuff like that. Now, here, if you go to the advanced options, this is the TikTok option. It's going to ask you from when to when you need it to be available on TikTok. As you can see, there's a small time limit, so you can adjust it based on that. Then you can click on this. I'm just going to save the settings. So it's going to add the release. Okay. So now, sorry about that. Anyway, so now it's going to show you this overview of it. Now, all you're going to do is just click on review. Now, as you can see, I didn't actually properly do this because I haven't uploaded my artwork, and I haven't uploaded the proper lyrics. I think I haven't uploaded. Yeah, there's a audio files moved into channel, so this is completely not the original one. So you may get errors like this, so just make sure you don't. And if you have errors, you gotta first resolve it before creating the new release. But after it's done, you can actually not release it. Now, this is just a test one, so I'm just gonna. This is the draft here. I'm just gonna click on delete for that. And here I can actually delete this one. So I can delete all that. Anyway, now after it's published, you will be able to get Apple Music logins like that. Now, I have already uploaded one. So if you are just like this one, this is actually 2 people. So if it's like 2 or 3, like a group, you can first of all put the primary one, which is the artist one, as the entire brand heading. For example, I put 2 in harmony. That's the main one. And then for the artists who are singing or is being part of the music stuff, you can put it. So I put composer here, songwriter here, songwriter here. You can also put a producer and like that. You can do. Here I have, here. So in the contributor section, I have producer, the arranger, and the orchestra, everything like that. And I've uploaded for these ones, and you can see the release date. So just like that, you can upload it to Spotify. But now, if I do go in Spotify after a few working days, you should be able to see it. But there are some problems. For example, one of the main problems I encountered is the fact that whatever your cover art is for the first release is what's going to be actually put on your account, a Spotify artist logo. But this is not what you would want, because that's just wrong. So if you want to fix this, put the original one, you got to first of all head into Spotify artist. Now, so this is the Spotify for Artists page, and this is where you can edit your account details. So first of all, if this is your first time, you got to click on Get Access. Now here, it's going to ask you if you're the artist or manager or a label team manager. So if you are the original artist yourself, just click on Artist or Manager. Now, if your team already exists, you can actually just go with the easy way and just ask an admin for access, which is going to be a lot easier. But if this is the first time, it's going to get a little bit tricky. But if that's the case, you can just click on Artist or Manager. Now, it's going to ask you to log through your Spotify. So I'm just going to do that. Now after you log in, it's going to ask you to do this. Claim an artist profile. So it says if you already have music on Spotify, you can now get access to stats, pitch tracks, and to our editors and more. So this is exactly what you want. Now it's gonna ask you some questions. If it's not yet live on Spotify, you can actually just go ahead and upload it via some of their distributors like DistroKids or whatever like that. But since it's already published, you can just click on continue. Now it's gonna ask you if it's the right one. You can click on yes. Now here, I'm just gonna ask it to do this. Now if when you search it does not pop up, then you can actually just go to Spotify itself. And on Spotify, you can just search for the artist name. Now here I have the artist name. So if I just click on go to artist, you're gonna see this. So this is a previous one. As you can see, this is not the proper one. It's just from the cover image. So if you want to change that, you can just go ahead and copy link to artist. So this is what you want to do, and paste it in. And this should just be able to find it for you. Click on that. Now it's going to ask you for your business email address. Now if you do not, or for some reason, have a business email, you can go ahead and enter your regular at gmail.com email. So after you do that, now it's going to ask you to check your email and to paste in the 6-digit code. So just go to your Gmail or your business email provider. And here it says Spotify for artist confirmation code. Here you want to copy that and paste it here. It's going to just log in. Now the team name is set. For the billing country, you gotta. This is where basically if when you get a lot of streams, you can actually get money out of it. So for that, you can actually just pick your country. So I'm just gonna put here, and now it's gonna ask you for your first name and last name. So I'm just gonna do that. Now it's going to ask you for a business email. I'm just going to leave it like that. Now it's going to ask you for your role. So if you are the artist itself, you can pick that. For an agent, composer, manager, musician, producer, publisher, songwriter, or any other, you can actually pick that. If you pick other, you can specify your role. I'm just going to click on artist. Good. Now there's a company option. Basically, if this is like a big company, you can enter that, but it's not necessary. It is optional. Now you can just click on I'm not a robot. Now, after you do that, just want to click on next here to verify that you're part of this team, because they have to verify you if you are the real artist or not. So you're going to click on next. Here, they will ask you for your artist website. Now, here's where it gets tricky. If you do not have an artist website, I'll leave a link down, I don't know, whatever here, I think, to be able to go ahead and get the link to be able to download it. So I'll leave a link down in the description to be able to go and see how to do this, okay? And after you have a link to your website, I'll just enter that. Now, I can now click on submit, but this is of course not the real website, so I'm not going to submit yet. Now, to show what will happen, I am just going to log into my different account. Okay, so now I'm I'm here, and here you can see that just to show you what will happen, I'm just going to click on artist support here. I have got this email here. We just picked up your request access to this account, and we need help with the connection. So sometimes if like you didn't exactly specify, you will get a link to send it again. But what you want to make sure is that it's in your website. You have to make sure, let me just log into one of our websites. So now I am in the website that I have given to Spotify for verification. Now what you want to make sure is that your email is stated. So if I go down all the way here, make sure the link you give on the homepage or whatever link you give on that website itself, you should have your email. So like here, it's going to say, please give an official artist website where we can see the email address you're using to claim your Spotify artist profile, a link to social media channel. So if you do not have a website, there's another route. You can actually just give your social media account like Instagram, Twitter, or whatnot to be able to verify yourself if you do not have a website. But you also have to make sure that your email can be seen in your social media channel. So if you have a YouTube channel or whatnot, you have to make sure that you have your email stated there. So I have this email right here, and also have stated in another area of the website. So just make sure you have an about page, and even in that you have put your email. So I have put my email there as well. So now after that's all done, you should be able to get a confirmation account, and you should be able to get stated. So if I just log into my artist profile, so now I am logged into our Spotify artist account. Now this is what you will see after you've done all the verifications and stuff like that. You should be able to get access to this. Now once you're in this website, if I go here, you can see that it has my name. That's because you can actually create multiple accounts, all link to one Spotify account. That means if you have multiple members, let's say a couple of artists, you can give each of them their own account. Or even if you have a specific producer like that, or a member or agent to manage everything, you can give each of them their own account with restrictions based on their position. So you can keep some to edit the music itself. You can do all that, which is really cool. But now let's say you want to edit your logo. You can just click on view profile here, just click on this pen icon. Here you should be able to see this apt image. Now here I've already updated it, but if you have to update it, you can just click on update. Now also I haven't uploaded a head image, so you can actually just upload that as well and update it. Now also you can update your about page from here to let your audience know more about you. And after all that, you should be able to actually go ahead to Spotify. Now if you go to the account, you should now be able to see, if I search, you should be able to see that the actual logo account is there. And if you click on here, you will be able to see, if you go down, you can see the about page also being activated here. You can also see your header here, but I haven't uploaded it, so it's going to be blank like this. But once you update it, you should be able to see your header image right here. So just like that, you can actually get your Spotify account uploaded. Now it's not just Spotify, because like this, you can even upload it to Apple Music and all of the other things that you just uploaded. But you will have to create an account, an Apple Music account just like this, to get access to all of them to manage the account. So anyway, with all that done, I hope that you have finally published your music out on Spotify. But if you have any questions or any problems that you've occurred, you can just leave it in the comments down below. And if you have any ideas or recommendations for the future, also leave it in the comment section below. Anyway, I hope to see you in the next video. So until then, peace out.